So, me and dozens of other people, the last few years, okay? I'm 33. I got on here when I was 29. I left my husband. My son's dad ended up a predator, who's not my ex-husband, but I left my ex-husband at the same time. I found out about my son's father and was trying to keep people safe and also separate, and keep my sanity. So I ended up on here, and then I saw horrible things happen with American liberal social justice content creators who, find bad guys and stalk and harass them, and their families end up targeted, and it ends up a disaster in the name of social justice. Yeah, those same people, dozens of us have screamed about for years on here about the predatory, stalking, sociopathic, liberal American accountability creators who also take the people who criticize them and notice they're also violent themselves. The people who notice that and say, hey, I noticed you guys are also violent. Those social justice American liberal accountability creators then frame them like they did me. They said I was a pedophile. And then other American liberal content creators who are even in fields like psychology let it slide that some random woman was being called a pedophile. Yeah, I'm a 33-year-old single mom. That's what these people do. And no one says anything, and no one did anything for years. And it's honestly, I'm at the point, I'm just waiting for this app to get tagged, because there has been no safety for people. There has been so many suicide attempts. And again, me and dozens of other people screamed about it for fucking years. There's videos of me with long hair, dyed hair, bawling my eyes out, showing what they did to pictures of my children, what they wrote on pictures of my children, because I noticed they bullied someone into a suicide attempt who was, a single parent struggling, who had a problem with them. So anyways, no one believes, no one listens, and then y'all team up with them. But you know why you team up with them? Because you're here for the wrong reasons. You're here for the wrong reasons. Because the second you hear an allegation about someone, you should be talking to that person. You should be having a conversation. And not only that, when you notice someone delights, they delight. They're gleeful about taking people down and finding where they live and psychologically intimidating them. And that's all they do all day long. How is that not a red flag for you? Because it's actually a red flag for most of the progressive world. That if someone is that gleeful, there's so much, revelry, almost a psychotic frenzy about causing harm to bad people. That's probably a bad person manipulating suffering people, desperate people, to just enact their own violence. But I've said this, I'm so tired of saying it. And people are like, I'm seeing this for the first time. I've said this same fucking speech 100 times. And I swear, people just don't get it. And it's because I think a lot of people like it. They like it. They like the power. They like the rush of being on top. And a lot of people are not here for the reasons they portray. A lot of people are not here for the reasons, I'm just here to help. I'm just here because I'm concerned. It's about power. And I think that's going to be more concentrated in places that are already a culture of power. I think until people deconstruct what American imperialism means and where it comes from, people just mirror it. Anyways, I've also said that a billion times. People also don't want to hear this, but we don't have this in Canada. We never had multi-million following groups, We never had accounts that had millions of followers. Yeah, we're a tenth the population, but even proportionally, we never had social justice police. Popular social justice police that the masses delighted in stalking and targeting and doing vigilante justice that was really just psychological intimidation and terrorism. Like it was just horrific. It's been horrific. There's been so many suicide attempts, and someone did kill themselves a few weeks ago. Okay? Dawnish is like being investigated for manslaughter. And here I ended up with more stalking because that's who came after me when I pointed out he was a problem. So that's also my lifelong problem, is a man in fucking Pennsylvania that y'all put up on a pedestal because he so revels in violence. So it's fun to say all of this for the fucking billionth time, to get my ass handed to me because y'all also delight in it, or you wouldn't put these people up on fucking pedestals. And you'd notice when they were that violent, and you wouldn't bring them around vulnerable people. But there's a disconnect, because people just never seem to even hear what I'm fucking saying, and they won't hear it again. So I'll say it again, and it won't matter, because this app's going away soon anyway. Well, for the United States, you know, who knows what'll happen here. And honestly, I'm grateful, because no one I was telling this to my friend today, Jesus, I was saying, they've made no efforts to change it. They've made no efforts to hear, it didn't even make it into the media how many suicide attempts were caused by this social justice account, section of TikTok. The predation, the slander, the smearing, the targeting, no one even cared enough to get it into the news. And a lot of us tried. So anyways, there's my fucking rant to find out Savannah Mom was involved with Operation Olive Branch. Anyways, yeah, no, I am gonna go off because I went off about this for fucking years and no one listened to me. Probably because I say too much or give off Amber Heard vibes. None of it matters. It really doesn't. So I just go back to helping people in need. There are people just dealing with hell I will never understand. Most of us here will never understand. And that's it. But you know what? One thing I know that a lot of you will never fucking understand is that the people you prop up are some of the worst people in the fucking planet. And you intentionally miss it because you love the power they exude. You also prop up violent power. You don't prop up the kindest, the most humble, you know, the most self-analytical people who are just talking about themselves. You prop up violent people because you just like violence. Or else they wouldn't be a thing. They wouldn't be a thing. They would have no power if it was not the masses who delight in their violence. Could you fucking delight in some just fucking kindness? In some basic just kindness? In some introspection, in some growth? Could that wow you? Could that fascinate you? Could that compel you? A grandfather killed himself a few weeks ago. It's because y'all don't want to deconstruct. You don't want to deconstruct. And it doesn't matter because I said this 5,000 fucking times, right? Those who know, know. And those who don't are just like, she's insane. But you said that a few months ago, you said that a few weeks ago, you said that last year, you said that 2 years ago. So, you know, I don't want to be understood anymore. Anyways, donate to families and help people directly, and I don't know. Never mind, actually. I'm just going to do my own thing.